buries Nikki Cross after 1 week. We are live, man. Monday Night Raw continues to be a dumpster fire, as always. Nikki Cross versus Charlotte Flair in the main event. WWE loves their championship contender matches as of late. WWE already booked a women's championship match at Summerslam, but then booked the women's champion to lose tonight after winning the title last week. I'm trying to wrap my head around that one, Bruce Pritchard. Bobby Lashley doesn't answer Bill Goldberg. I hope he keeps it going for the next fucking 5 weeks. And WWE is teasing the return of Randy Orton tonight on what was an absolutely nothing show for Monday Night Raw. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go over it all on the only post show you need right here in the IWC. This is your Monday Night Raw post show on Off the Script.
Foliage? Is this what you want? Mr. Dips? Is this what you want? Me standing in front of EC3 buying designer coats? Is this what you want? Me sitting in some hipster hotel in Williamsburg, Brooklyn, fluffing pillows? Is this what you want? I don't believe this. This graffiti art, it's the hotels, avocado toast. All I want is a fucking Guinness. An ice cold Guinness. What the hell does that mean? Oh, this is what you wanted. This is your Monday Night Raw review right here on Off the Script.
What is going on, guys? Thank you so very much for joining me right here on Off the Script. This is your Monday Night Raw post show for July 26th, 2021. I am JD. Welcome to the OTS venue. The only place you need on your Monday nights, man. I got my cold beverage, nice and cold. My liquid death. What I don't have is my sanity, man. I really don't. And according to my poll in the chat right now, which I'm looking at it, you guys can vote on my poll. What did you guys think of Monday Night Raw tonight? We got 92% thumbs down. And we got 8% thumbs up, which is quite worrisome to me. I'd love to know who the 8% are in this chat that voted thumbs up. I'd love to know why you voted thumbs up. I'd love to know if you eat paint chips or you have brain loss of some kind. I'd love to know if you're a WWE shill. How the fuck can anybody vote this show thumbs up? This show sucks. It's awful. I fucking hate this show with a power that I wish you could feel, man. The fucking hatred I have for this show, man. Like a fucking 1,000 suns, I hate this show. WWE clearly shows you that they hate their own company. Vince, Bruce, they show you every single week that they hate their own company. Now, I don't think I'm going to go on a rager like I did last week. You know what? I wouldn't even call last week a rager. I don't even call last week a rager, man. Last week, probably the most successful Monday Night Raw post show that I've ever done. Almost 60,000 views last week. Because I know everybody felt the same way that I did. I don't know. If you guys watched last week, it's worth another watch if you missed it. I didn't even yell, really. Normally, my blood pressure is very high on most Monday nights. Last week, I wanted to go a little bit more visceral. Right in your face, just giving you truth bombs after truth bombs after truth bombs, and nobody in the community clipped anything in the show. No, it's a funny thing, man. None of the fucking geeks, none of the dark side of the IWC clipped anything about the show. Maybe one or two, but even when they did, I still made them all look like fucking idiots. Nobody got upset about anything I said last week. It didn't fit your narrative because I'm right. I'm right 99% of the time when I sit in this chair, in front of this camera, in front of this microphone. I'm right. And I think everybody here knows that by now. I'm not gonna really be as visceral as I was last week, because last week was just on a different fucking level, man. But WWE, they got some balls. They got some balls to follow up last week's show with the show that we got this week. Now, the big thing coming out of this week's show was Nikki TRASH, Nikki Trash, who, by the way, I don't know who's watching. I don't know if you're a Nikki Trash fan or not. I'm going to be as blunt as I could possibly be with you. She has no business holding the WWE Raw Women's Championship. Absolutely no business holding that championship at all. Said it last week. Gonna say it a couple of times this week. No business holding the fucking title at all. You can cry me all your fucking butterfly tears. You fucking pussies. This is pro wrestling. I'm not watching fucking Nickelodeon, okay? You want to go watch cartoons? I'll fucking sit you down with a nice blanket and a nice little dish of milk and cookies. You fucking pussy. This is pro wrestling. If I want to go watch fucking cartoons, I'll go put on 1990s Transformers, okay? What does WWE do tonight? WWE has this fucking cosplay pro wrestler, Nikki Trash, win the Women's Championship last week in a cash-in, which, I don't know if you guys realize this, I think Salamonster mentioned it on his show this week. Wasn't the WWE women's ladder matches in the last 4 years all cash-ins within the last 24 hours? Or within the last 24 hours of cashing it in? Or winning the title the night before? Something along those lines. Literally one day. WWE has shown you that they give the women the briefcase to immediately book them to cash in the briefcase. There's no creative logic or creativity behind it at all. Nothing. Nothing about it reeks creativity at all. They give it and then they take it away. WWE had her cash in on Charlotte Flair, who they have coincidentally erased title reigns from her record. She now no longer has NXT Championship reigns. The NXT Women's Championship that she won at WrestleMania last year, that doesn't count. We talked about that this weekend as well. She cashed in on Charlotte Flair, beat Charlotte Flair. Charlotte has yet another 24-hour title reign, which makes pretty much all of her title reigns absolutely unmemorable as humanly possible. So when people want to utter Charlotte Flair is the greatest of all time. Oh, man, you guys are some comedians, man. Charlotte Flair is the greatest of all time. Oh, man. I crack myself up, man. I really do. I really do. You know, Charlotte has yet another 24-hour women's championship reign. And then we get to this week, and wait till you go over, or wait till I go over, rather, with you guys, the fucking wording and the verbiage of Nikki Cross tonight, man, in the beginning of the show and at the ending of the show. WWE has Nikki Cross come out and flaunt the women's championship. She's showing off her butterfly like she's some fucking superhero, right? Big gold butterfly on her chest. She's got blue butterflies on her fucking women's championship title. Really? Johnny Laurinaitis, man, really? People power, Johnny Laurinaitis. Couldn't wait to get the butterflies on the title, right, bro? Because that's the last time you saw a women's championship before they rehired you back, right? It was the Divas Championship. It was the butterfly title. He always had this fucking thing with the butterfly title, man, with the Divas era. So here you go. Might as well just rebrand it the fucking Divas Championship. Why don't you? It's no better than what we saw 7-8 years ago. She comes out, she's flaunting her fucking positivity, which is making me fucking vomit my dinner in the living room. And Charlotte comes out and she's doing what she's doing and saying what she's saying. Oh, we don't like her, or you're jealous of Charlotte Flair. Give me a break. Give me a break. We're all jealous of Charlotte Flair, ladies and gentlemen, man. I wish I had 12 fucking 24-hour title reigns, man. I'd be fucking throwing it at people's faces, too. Then Rhea Ripley comes out, and they go on and on and on about who gets Nikki Cross and who gets the next women's championship. So Adam Pearce and Sonya Deville come out, and they make a triple threat match between Rhea Ripley, Charlotte Flair, and Nikki Trash for SummerSlam. So we got a triple threat match for the Raw Women's Championship at SummerSlam. Then WWE proceeds to book Charlotte Flair and Nikki Trash in the main event of Monday Night Raw and label it a championship contenders match. Meaning, in WWE's terminology, if the challenger beats the champion, then the challenger gets a championship match. This is the new thing now. This is the new MO in the company. Championship contenders matches, man. It's the new thing. It's the new item in the candy shop, in the WWE candy shop. It's the new flavor of the month. Championship contenders matches. Right? We've seen a couple of them tonight. Seen the main event, and then we've seen Damien Priest pin the United States champion to get himself a championship match in what will certainly be the first of 7 matches before SummerSlam, right? So we get this championship contenders match in the main event between Nikki Trash and Charlotte, and lo and behold, it's almost as if WWE didn't realize what they booked in the first 20 minutes of the show. Charlotte pins Nikki Trash in a non-title match. I don't even know what to say. Charlotte pins Nikki Trash in a non-title match after they just gave us the news that there's a triple threat match at SummerSlam. I don't really understand why. This woman just established herself as an underdog superhero who's trying to spread positivity, and then she cashes in against Charlotte Flair last week, wins the championship, shows up this week, first day of her new reign, and then she loses immediately to the woman that she beat last week. Why? I ask why. And the funny thing is, WWE books the same match again next week. So what's going to happen then? Is Nikki ASH going to get her win back over Charlotte? Sounds like it to me. Charlotte's already got a championship match coming her way at SummerSlam. So why did Charlotte need to beat Nikki ASH tonight after she's already won the women's championship and this is her first week as champion? Why don't we treat championships as if they are important? I don't understand the logic. Like I said just a minute ago, it's almost as if WWE forgot what they did in the opening segment. If Charlotte has a championship match coming to her at SummerSlam, why does she need to beat the champion to get a championship match if she's already got one? What a way to book your new women's champion, Vince. Then you got the geeks online saying, oh, Vince McMahon loves the gimmick. Yeah, sure he does. Sure he does. He's looking at it like everybody with a fucking brain is looking at it. It's a goddamn comedy show. It's a comedy act. I don't understand the negligence and the creative fucking just laziness of WWE to do something like this. I don't. And this is, honestly, I don't even give a shit. That's the funny thing. I don't care. But I'm trying to tell you what's wrong with the show. And if I'm not telling you what is wrong with the show, I'm not doing my job. It doesn't make sense. There's no fucking way you could sit there and defend shitty booking. Stop it. Stop it. You got fans in attendance. I feel sorry for every fucking poor sap that sat in that goddamn crowd. You are a sucker. A sucker. You gave WWE your money and they're giving you the big ol' fuck you. They know what you want. They refuse to give it to you. Or maybe I don't even know if Vince knows what the fuck we want. Vince knows what Bruce wants. Bruce knows what Vince wants. That's all that fucking matters. Us? Our cries and our fucking weeps of fucking please, please, please fall on deaf ears. What a complete fucking embarrassment. I'll say it once, and I'm gonna say it over and over and over again. Nikki Cross has no fucking business holding that women's championship. None. And I'll go over why when I talk about how this all transpired and what was said in the beginning of the show. WWE, it's almost as if they're trolling us at this point. They have to be trolling us at this point. Karrion Kross lost to Jeff Hardy in 90 seconds as the NXT champion, the undefeated NXT champion, okay? I went over this all week. I'm not mentioning it again. Everybody was like, oh yeah, Kross is going to bury Jeff Hardy tonight. He's going to destroy Jeff Hardy tonight. Jeff Hardy's not on the show. He won't be on the show next week either. Got to sit 14 days in quarantine because Jeff Hardy tested positive for COVID-19. Jeff Hardy is not going to be on the show to continue the loss that should have never been against Karrion Kross. So what does WWE do this week with Karrion Kross? Still no Scarlett. Still no entrance. He still looks like generic creator wrestler fucking number 21 coming out of WWE 2K. It's great. He's still the NXT champion for now until Samoa Joe beats him at TakeOver 36 SummerSlam weekend. But he comes out and WWE books Karrion Kross, who lost for the first time in his WWE career last week in 90 seconds to catering VIP legend Jeff Hardy. Booked him to lose last week. They book him in a match this week against somebody else who needs a win in Keith Lee. It's almost as if, like I said, WWE listens and then they give us the big ol' fuck you. Everybody in that company knew. Everybody online and the majority of the people watching this fucking show was upset at Karrion Kross losing. So what do? All right, we'll give him a win, but you know what we'll do? We'll put him in a match and have him beat the other guy you want to see win on the show, and it's not going to happen. They intentionally booked Kross in a match against Keith Lee, knowing that these are the two guys coming out of last week's show that were the topic of conversation, and they put them in a match together so that we once again complain about it. So that's what WWE does, man. Intentionally taking what we want to see get better and make it worse. That's the company motto. Karrion Kross wins. Karrion Kross wins his match. This was a former NXT Championship program down on NXT. It went about 5 minutes, which is the duration that they give Keith Lee nowadays. 5 minutes in the ring. I guess they think he can't go more than 5 minutes, depending on how much the guy weighs. So they go 5 minutes. Keith Lee is dominated. And Keith Lee, get this, folks, taps out. Taps out. A guy like Keith Lee taps out to Karrion Kross. I don't even think that was the ending when they wrestled the first time in NXT. I don't think Keith Lee tapped out. I think Keith Lee passed out, if I'm not mistaken. Somebody go and find that for me. Somebody go and find the outcome of that match that they had where Kross beat Keith Lee for the NXT Championship. Keith Lee didn't tap out. Why would Triple H book Keith Lee to tap out? You want to make him look strong too, right? WWE booked this guy to tap out legitimately to Kross's sleeper hold, and they buried Keith Lee for a second straight week in a row, knowing that that guy needs a win more than Kross does, because he's been on the main roster, and Keith Lee has disappeared for 7 months, only to come back in his second week back after being out 7 months. Crowd doesn't give a shit about him. Nobody recognizes his theme music. He's got no fucking momentum because you kept him out for 7 months, which at this point is a fucking unsolved mystery. Nobody knows what the fuck's going on. To a point where Keith Lee went on social media today and he proclaimed to everybody that, all right, I made up my mind. I'm going to talk to you guys and let you know what's going on in 2 weeks. What's happening in 2 weeks? What's happening in 2 weeks? Did he ask for his release? Is he getting his release? Is he becoming a free agent? Is his contract up in 2 weeks? Where is he going to talk, and in what manner is he going to tell us? Is it going to be a podcast? Is it going to be a video? It's going to be words on Twitter? What happened? Keith Lee is fucking buried. This guy is fucking useless on Monday Night Raw, and WWE made him that way. This guy went from having a stare down with Brock Lesnar and getting a standing ovation in the Royal Rumble. This guy went from fist-bumping Roman Reigns in the Survivor Series as the remaining member of Team NXT against Team SmackDown, or Team Raw, whatever fucking brand Roman Reigns was on during that NXT-involved Survivor Series. And now look at him. He beat Randy Orton in his first match. I still remember the geeks crying to me, fucking trying to doubt my fucking intelligence. Oh, it's part of a greater storyline. He beat Randy Orton. What difference does it make? Who gives a fuck if you beat Randy? Wins matter now on the main roster? He beat Randy Orton. It's like beating the Brooklyn Brawler. Who gives a fuck? Nobody gives a shit about him beating Randy Orton. And what happened coming out of that win over Randy Orton? Absolutely nothing. And I said it then, and I'm going to say it again now. Keith Lee, holding the NXT North American Championship and the NXT Heavyweight Championship, was a greater success story than him beating Randy Orton on the main roster. Because at that point, Triple H was building him as a legit superstar. WWE was setting this guy up for a fucking burial. They knew it then, and now look at them where they sit with Keith Lee now. It's an absolute fucking disgrace, the way WWE tosses away somebody like Keith Lee when they are absolutely in need of top-tier talent. If you don't think Keith Lee could be one of the top guys on this brand, you're a complete fucking Nimrod. Honestly. You may just have to watch. You may have to stop watching professional wrestling altogether. Just stop. Quit. Delete your Twitter. Stop talking about it. You're useless to everybody. Your opinion means shit. It's so fucking terrible with what they did to Keith Lee. And this was nothing more than a cherry on top of another cherry shit sundae. How could you possibly care about Keith Lee? How could you possibly care about Kross? They gave these two guys. You look at these two guys. This is a main event program in the future for Monday Night Raw. Main event. And they gave it away with no build in 30 seconds. It was announced before a fucking commercial. And then they were given 5 minutes on Monday Night Raw. And then they want to brag about, oh my God, it lived up to the hype. What hype? I found out about it fucking 6 minutes ago. It lived up to the hype. Well, if you actually give a shit, you would have known that these two guys wrestled and were in a program down in NXT. Nobody gives a shit about Keith Lee. Nobody gives a fuck about Karrion Kross. And that is after 1 week. And he's still the NXT champion. I don't even know why you needed to book this match. I don't know why you needed to book Kross on the show tonight if Jeff Hardy was not involved. Why? I don't get it. Another dumb fucking creative move by Team Raw. You know when people are going to give a shit about Keith Lee? When his contract is up and Tony Khan signs this guy to a multi-year deal and brings him over to Dynamite. That's when you, me, and everybody else are going to fucking care about Keith Lee. You know who else is going to care when that happens? WWE. They'll be begging for this guy to come back. Yes, please keep feeding AEW and Tony Khan more and more and more and more. NXT should have yielded some of the greatest fucking talents of this decade on Monday Night Raw. And here we are with NXT being a fucking feeding system to Tony Khan and AEW. How the fuck do you live with yourself? How do you sleep at night knowing that you wasted all this money and right to AEW they go? It's unbelievable to me. Unbelievable. And that was pretty much it. That was pretty much it. That was the two biggest takeaways from Monday Night Raw. You got Bobby Lashley and Bill Goldberg. Nobody gives a shit about the match. More so after the report from Andrew Zarian today, where WWE is slated to go back to Saudi Arabia. Really now? Really now? What did I say? Oh my God, I'm right again. I'm right again, man. Get me a fucking shot. Really? I'm right again. So I gotta ask everybody, why are we getting Bobby Lashley and Bill Goldberg at SummerSlam instead of Bobby Lashley and Big E when WWE probably knew that they were going back to Saudi Arabia when this decision was made? You couldn't do Bobby Lashley and Goldberg in Saudi Arabia? Did it need to be for the WWE Championship? Because it sounds like a match that people might want to see. It doesn't necessarily need a championship. Big E, continuing the story with Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods, who haven't been on the show. Could have been doing something with Big E on Monday Night Raw. The SmackDown guy coming over to Raw with the briefcase, teasing a cash-in. No, but we need to do it at SummerSlam, right? It's a money match. It's a big money match. It's a must-see match in a venue at a show that's already sold out. You could put fucking Bobby Lashley against anybody on that show, and it doesn't matter. The show was sold out. So again, I gotta ask, why aren't we doing Bobby Lashley versus Goldberg at Saudi Arabia's Super Show, or whatever the fuck's going on, in October? I don't get it. It's unbelievable, man. Anyway, got that out of my system. Appreciate you guys joining me. We're 2,700 deep in the OTS venue. I appreciate you guys. Listen, man, I want to thank every single one of you in this chat. I'm sure we got some newbies here. Sure we got some OGs in here. Of course we do. but I'm sure we got some newbies in here. I want to thank everybody from the bottom of my heart, man. Last week was like a WrestleMania week in the middle of July with the news of Daniel Bryan and CM Punk, man. I gained subs like I haven't in a very long time, and most of them stayed because, honestly, don't know why you wouldn't. You're not going to hear my type of fucking passion and my type of take anywhere else in the IWC, so I'm grateful that you decided to stay. The podcast on Saturday did 40,000 views and was one of the best shows I put out all year. And you guys thought the same way as well. And I thank you very much for making this channel and this podcast fucking blow up. As we get closer and closer, it's even going to be bigger, man. Daniel Bryan and CM Punk are signed to AEW. Do not listen to the geeks. Oh, I have to see and wait and see, and I'm not going to believe it until I see it. They're signed. They're signed. I would tell you if I feel off on it. You know I would. And I'm telling you right now that Daniel Bryan and CM Punk are signed. And me talking about it on Saturday was fucking awesome, man. 40,000 views. We did the extra with Punk and the news breaking and Daniel Bryan on Dynamite's review last week, man. Biggest Dynamite review we did all year. I thank you guys. I don't even know what to say, honestly. It's going to be bigger, better, and fucking more crazier as the weeks go on. Can't wait. We're living in history, man. We're all going to be a part of history. Enjoy it. Don't let these geeks rain on your parade, man. This is a good thing for professional wrestling. Tony Khan is doing this because he loves professional wrestling. And if it makes WWE better in the end, then we all win. Then we all win. And that's all I want. I want everything that AEW is doing to make a show like we saw tonight better. I know it won't. It's like I'm fucking talking to a brick wall. I know it won't, but at least I can hope. We can hope. So go check that out, and thank you for everything you guys did for me last week. We're going to continue bringing you the passion and doing whatever we usually do this week and beyond as we get to All Out. Follow me on Twitter, man, at JD from New York 206 on Twitter, at JD from NY 206 on Twitter and Instagram. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for all notifications. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up. We are looking at 790 likes in the chat. No reason why we can't get over 1,000, man. If you guys are in the chat, hit that thumbs up. Let's get over 1,000. Greatly helps out the podcast and the video when it goes on YouTube and finally gets published for everybody that's not here live. So I appreciate you guys. Go get your t-shirts, man. Still on sale. Summerslam. Bonfire.com is the place. Go and check them out. Also, everything else you might need is on there as well. But the SummerSlam t-shirts, they are the hot seller there right now, right before SummerSlam. Go and get yours. I know some of you like my boy Trevor, tweeted me about the SummerSlam shirts that you finally got yours today. Like I said, I promise you guys would get it before SummerSlam. Go and get yours today, man. You guys can still get on board with that. Bonfire.com. Link is down below in the description. If you guys want to support through Patreon, you can certainly do that as well. Patreon.com/JD from NY206. Go check out all the other videos that you missed last week. They're on the homepage right now. And today's show is sponsored by my great friends over at Dr. Squatch. DrSquatch.com. You guys are going to use code SCRIPT at checkout for 20% off. Don't be a smelly wrestling geek, man. Don't be like one of these fucking people in the community that lives in the black hole section of the community, hiding behind some ridiculous anime avatar. You guys know they aren't using Dr. Squatch. But I know everybody that listens to Off the Script isn't a smelly wrestling geek. So make sure you guys visit Dr. Squatch, DrSquatch.com. Use code SCRIPT at checkout. They got everything you need, man. Shampoos, soaps, deodorants, conditioners, cologne, you name it, man. They even got subscription bundles. You guys can get that shit delivered right to your front door on a monthly subscription whenever you want. DrSquatch.com. I want to thank them for once again supporting the podcast right here on Off the Script. Remember, vote in the poll. We got almost 2,000 votes in the poll. There's 2,600 people in the chat. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up or thumbs down on the poll. Preferably a thumbs down, because that's exactly what the show was. So go and vote. We'll close that at the end of the review. My boy Ticket Drew is texting me, you aren't doing Goldberg versus Lashley in Saudi because Goldberg won't go and they want E to win at Slam. All right, have E win at Slam against Lashley and fuck Bill Goldberg. That's what I have to say. Goldberg won't go? Throw him another mill. He'll go. It's the only reason why he wakes up in the morning for the fucking almighty green. Give me a break. He won't go. He went the last time, didn't he? He fucking embarrassed himself against The Undertaker. Or maybe he's so fucking scary. He won't go. Come on, Drew. He won't go. He buried fucking Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt's still out there. He won't go. Fuck out of here, man. He won't go. Give it to Big E, man. Fuck Bill Goldberg. Anyway. Let's get on with the show, man. They opened up with Nikki ASH. And she came out playing up to the crowd. There was a little Nikki chant. I believe I saw one little girl in the front row. She didn't even want anything to do with Nikki trash. Rightfully so. This gimmick sucks. Welcome to Monday Night Raw. I've always wanted to say this. Welcome to Monday Night Raw. Yes, please welcome everybody to the worst show on television. She keeps pinching herself to make sure she's not dreaming. Oh, honey, listen, you work for the worst brand in the WWE. You definitely wish you were dreaming. She said, this is real. In the past, when she reached for the stars, she didn't have the confidence she needed. She said she was afraid to fail. Well, apparently Bruce isn't afraid to fail either. He just laughs at all of us every single week. She said she realized that it was okay to fail because she is still Nikki. Fans were cheering Nikki Cross about her positivity. They showed an up-close visual of a young girl clapping in the front row. Oh, look at all the little girls clapping for Nikki Trash. She said, if you believe in yourself, you can overcome the odds. We can all be almost superheroes. It sounds ridiculous in theory. We can all be almost superheroes. I don't think WWE realizes how ridiculous that sounds. Then Charlotte androided herself out. I don't know what she was wearing. It looked like a complete eyesore with whatever she was wearing. Maybe she really needs to go back to Andrade to get some tips on how to dress. He's the best looking professional wrestler in the business, the way he dresses. Can't say the same about Charlotte Flair. But I will say this, man. I will say this. And you guys might think I'm on fucking drugs. Or I might have hit my head on the way into the office tonight. I might have had a little bit of too much booze at the bar. I will say this, man. Nikki ASH is in the ring holding the Women's Championship, and Charlotte comes into the ring. I said it before, I'm going to say it again, man. She has no business holding that championship. Neither does Charlotte, but, I mean, if you look at Charlotte and you look at Nikki ASH, look at the discrepancy in between these two wrestlers, man. Look at Charlotte and look at Nikki ASH. Which one's a superstar and which one is a fucking comedy act? It is ridiculous to even put Charlotte in the ring with her looking the way she did tonight and Nikki ASH. It's almost not even fair. Honestly. It's a joke. The fact that she is, with this gimmick, holding the Women's Championship is a fucking joke. So Charlotte's in the ring, and she said she can only imagine Nikki on the Today Show with Al Roker not believing she's a champion as she runs around the set. She called her almost an idiot, and she said there's something she has to say. She has to provide a reality check and a perspective to Nikki Cross. She said she wanted to revisit what really happened last week. Crowd was chanting, "You suck." She then the crowd. Charlotte said, "Oh, don't worry, I love you guys too." No, we don't. We don't. She said her title was stolen from her. She said Rhea Ripley acted last week like a teenager who had her phone taken away by her parents when she attacked her. She said as a result, she wasn't even on her feet when the bell rang and Nikki cashed in against her. She said she'll take her title back at Summerslam. She started ripping on the fans, saying that they had sad lives. Yes, we're watching Monday Night Raw, Charlotte. How did you know? Rhea Ripley came out. She got a bigger ovation than Nikki Cross did. She mocked the fans, Charlotte did, about being jealous of her. She mocked her for holding the title for a day, Rhea Ripley said to Charlotte. She said she's an 11-year-old champion, but the only way she can win a title is by pinfall or DQ. And last week, she got herself intentionally disqualified. Yes, Rhea, thank you for going over the simplistic rules of a wrestling match. You can only win a title by pinfall or disqualification. Great. Man, I didn't know that one. Ripley said it should be her getting a match against Nikki at SummerSlam and not Charlotte. Nikki then interjected and said that when they were champion, they represented the division wonderfully. But this women's division has undergone a metamorphosis. She said that she is leading the charge as the new champion. Charlotte made fun of Nikki's outfit, calling it something along the lines of Marvel or something along. She mentioned something about Marvel. It has nothing to do with Marvel. It looks like a fucking cartoon fucking disaster. Ripley began speaking when Sonya Deville and Adam Pearce came out. They walked out to the stage. Sonya said the only logical solution is a triple threat match at SummerSlam. Ripley was okay with it. Charlotte was not. She challenged Nikki to a match tonight. Nikki agreed to it. Pearce said that makes it official. Charlotte then attacked Ripley, knocking her out of the ring. Nikki dropkicked Charlotte to the floor, and she stood in the ring with her music playing as she held up the championship. So another predictable segment, another main event match for the women that nobody gives a shit about. And I don't grasp the concept of WWE booking a triple threat match and then allowing Charlotte and Nikki Cross to main event in a championship contenders match. It almost defeats the purpose of even announcing a SummerSlam triple threat match. It doesn't make Nikki Cross look good. It doesn't do anything for anybody here but Charlotte. I don't get it. It's such reckless booking. And I don't give a shit about Nikki Cross, but let's be real. Nikki Cross is the champion. She should not be losing matches as the champion. There should be no thing such as a championship contenders match when you already booked Charlotte in a SummerSlam championship triple threat match. And I find it hard to believe that WWE is not using Becky Lynch at SummerSlam. I don't get it. In fact, I expected Becky Lynch to come out in this segment tonight. Seems like we're just getting ready and ready and ready. More and more every single week for Becky to just come on out. Maybe they're saving her for the Monday Night Raw after SummerSlam. They don't want to give away all their surprises for SummerSlam. They got Bill Goldberg back, and they got John Cena back. They got Edge. So why waste Becky Lynch on SummerSlam when you got all these quote-unquote legends on the card already? Maybe they don't need Becky Lynch, and maybe they want to save her for after SummerSlam because Goldberg's not going to be there and John Cena's not going to be there. I don't know. Where she fits in, I'm assuming she's going right after the championship as well, because normally I'd say, all right, back to the end of the line for Becky Lynch. But Becky Lynch has every right to come back and ask for a championship match. She never lost. She never lost her Raw Women's Championship clean. So, even though I don't like it, she is right to demand a match and get an opportunity at the championship. Certainly more than a Rhea Ripley. Certainly more than a Charlotte Flair or Nikki ASH. I don't like it, but that's the way it's going to be. And none of this made sense. This took 20 minutes to get to making a main event match and making a triple threat match, which at the end of the night canceled each other out. 20 minutes wasted for this opening segment. Sheamus versus Damien Priest. Championship contenders match. Now predicted this was going to be the SummerSlam United States Championship match, which is definitely going to be the case because Sheamus lost. Sheamus lost to Damien Priest here. I expect these guys to have even better matches going forward once they get a little bit more comfortable with each other. I'm assuming that these guys are going to be wrestling the house show circuit as well on the way to SummerSlam, so they should get all the kinks worked out before they go in front of a 60,000 seat arena and do this match for the real thing, for the United States Championship. Sheamus was in control. Priest knocked off his protective steel face mask, so Sheamus was exposed. Priest chokeslammed Sheamus off the top rope with South of Heaven. Love the Slayer theme with the names of the moves. South of Heaven's one of my favorite Slayer songs. Priest chokeslammed Sheamus off the top rope. Sheamus came back with an Alabama slam, which looked brutal. Landed Priest right on top of his head. Priest eventually kicked out and kicked Sheamus in the face and hit the Reckoning for the win. So now we're calling it the Reckoning once again, but before this, it was Hit the Lights. I'm guessing they changed it back to whatever it was normally in NXT, which was the Reckoning. So his finishing move has undergone name change after name change after name change. They can't get it right on Monday Night Raw. So Priest wins. He pins the United States Champion, and now he's in conversation for United States Championship match. It's great. So the United States Champion loses just to give the challenger an opportunity at the United States Championship. Only in WWE. Only. You know, normally, Priest would win against other guys vying for the championship and get a shot at Sheamus by winning matches, not by beating the fucking champion on Monday Night Raw. What a fucking shit way to book your superstars. Reckless is Bruce and Vince McMahon. I don't know how anybody could look at this and say, that was a good decision. Why does Sheamus need to lose? Why are we getting this match before the fucking pay-per-view? The pay-per-view is in 4 weeks. Why are we getting this match before SummerSlam is what I want to know. Does nothing remain fresh or new or exciting in this company? Why do I have to watch these guys wrestle 5 times before we get to Las Vegas? So many questions I have, and yet I will never get a fucking single answer. Damien Priest wins in a match that should have never happened. These guys should be getting wins on their way to the championship, not getting wins over the champion to get the fucking title shot that they're going to get anyway. Awful. AJ Styles and Omos against the Viking Raiders. Tag team title match. Why did the Viking Raiders get another tag team title match? Because they beat AJ and Omos in a triple threat match or a fucking 6-man tag last week on Monday Night Raw. That's why they got a tag team title match. Great. Or if you really want to look at it, why did they get a tag team title match? Because there are no other teams on Monday Night Raw. AJ and Omos win. And this wasn't bad. I just don't know how anybody could really bring themselves to care about the Viking Raiders, AJ and Omos going at it again when the Viking Raiders already lost clean to these two guys. So Styles caught Eric charging with a super kick to the chin and then landed a tornado DDT for a 2 count. Styles ended up landing a Pele kick. He tagged in Omos. He picked up Eric, walked around the ring, body slammed him. He then yelled, "This is my house." He tossed Ivar out of the ring over the top rope, gave Eric his vice slam, tagged in Styles, did a springboard 450 splash, and that was enough to pin Eric. 1, 2, 3, and they retain the Raw Tag Team titles. You know, I've seen a lot of people on Twitter praising the work of Omos. Don't know if these people are going a little stir crazy in the house. Don't know if they're sniffing or eating paint chips themselves. Don't know if they're sniffing Elmer's glue or black marker, Sharpie. I don't know what they're doing. I really don't. Omos is a complete fucking waste. How much longer do we have to watch Omos get put over by AJ Styles and Omos be carried by AJ Styles when AJ Styles himself should be at the top of this brand looking for a WWE championship, yet he's straddled with getting this guy over, and nothing is going to be as it is now when AJ leaves the tag team. Is Omos going to be better off for it when AJ leaves? To the fucking shill and the check mark on social media? Probably. But I'm telling you right now, when AJ abandons Omos and goes back to being a singles performer and Omos is left by himself, Omos is going to have a fucking problem. Because Omos can't wrestle. Omos doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. Omos is a fourth-rate Braun Strowman. Now we all know my problems with Braun Strowman. Braun Strowman is as untalented as they come. But let's be real. Braun Strowman's got more talent in his fucking pinky than Omos does. Come on. This is a fucking waste of everybody's time. I am tired of watching AJ put this guy over, and it will amount to nothing. Clearly, what they're building towards is Riddle and Orton versus Omos and AJ Styles. Great. This pairing, this oddball pairing, needs to go away. AJ is too good to be straddled in a fucking tag team where there's no division. Sick and tired of it every single week. It's run its course already. And by the time Omos goes single, I doubt they're going to look at themselves and say, oh, we made a great decision by letting Strowman go for this guy. They'll be on the phone with Braun Strowman quicker than I could fucking breathe to bring him back, because this guy's going to fail on Monday night. And I don't mean that as a disrespectful dig to him. He might be the nicest fucking guy possible. I'm just talking to you in the wrestling landscape. This guy will amount to nothing on Monday Night Raw by himself. You want to see this guy wrestle solo? You think Omos is going to be able to lead a match by himself? Come on. You're wasting everybody's time thinking that this guy's going to be bigger because he worked with AJ Styles. No. He should be going back to being AJ's doorman and get out of the ring. Jinder Mahal. Jinder Mahal! WWE aired on YouTube their best of Punjabi prison matches. You know how many minutes of that playlist I watched? 0. Because I knew it would entail me watching Great Khali walk out. You know? That's all I needed to see. The Great Khali walk out during a fucking Punjabi prison match against Jinder Mahal and AJ Styles. Or, not AJ Styles, Randy Orton. Jesus Christ. Jinder Mahal walked out with Veer. Veer. For those who don't watch the show anymore, I know. I don't know what the fuck a Veer is either. Jinder said Drew is despicable for what he did to Shanky last week. And fans are too for cheering him. Said he wanted to give him a chance to apologize. Drew chose not to. Jinder introduced his attorney, who was standing next to him and Veer. He says he's going to sue Drew McIntyre and take everything away from him. Drew told Jinder to shut up. He admitted he has a bit of an anger problem. You and I both, Mr. McIntyre. It's Monday night. It must be Monday. We both got anger problems. He then asked Kansas City their opinion on whether he should apologize and buy those men a steak dinner tonight, or say screw that lawyer and beat Veer with an inch of his life. Drew says he has a chant for Jinder that is going to be his future. Drew is gonna kill you. And the fans joined in. Now, this is not like the Matt Cardona and Nick Gage match that I was in attendance for in Atlantic City, New Jersey on Saturday night, where I had some fucking fat neckbeard slob behind me chanting, slit his fucking throat towards Gage to slit his throat, Cardona, and fucking kill him. Not like that. Had some geek argue with me online. Well, there's no difference between that and someone's gonna kill you chant. Oh, there's a big fucking difference. This one was sang along and started by said wrestler. There's a big difference between a Drew is gonna kill you or a Joe is gonna kill you. Big difference between that and somebody saying, slit his fucking throat, Gage. Give me a break. You really trying to fucking argue that point with me? That was crazy, though. I was there live. I got footage of it. All the bottles and the cans being thrown at him. I'll talk about that on the podcast Saturday. I was physically there. I do agree with Meltzer's take on that, and then I don't agree on Meltzer's take on that. They didn't serve glass bottles at the venue. It was all cans. So this was preempted, and they expected. So good on Brett Lauderdale for expecting what was going to happen. He's the promoter of GCW, so he kind of knew what was going to happen anyway. But I'll tell you this right now, man. If anybody had a problem with that fucking outcome and that match, you're a complete blithering idiot. You are. Number one, and I might as well talk about this now. Number one, okay, the fact that Matt Cardona went into a situation that he has no business being in, that's a rabid fucking crowd. He won the world championship from Nick Gage. He bled like a fucking pig and showed everybody how tough of a son of a bitch he is, number one. Number two, him beating Gage was great. Not only for the heat that it got. Anybody in this business would love to have 1 ounce of heat that Matt Cardona got on Saturday night. But the other thing is, and this is where the old school pro wrestling mentality comes in, Nick Gage is going to be on Wednesday's Dynamite. You don't want your GCW World Champion going into Dynamite where he's only booked on that show to lose to Chris Jericho. You don't want your GCW Champion to lose against Chris Jericho on national television. So they took the title off of him, got the heat on Cardona, made headline wrestling news with that win and the outcome and the fucking rage of the fans in that match. You took the title off Gage so he could go to Dynamite on Wednesday night to lose, and then you're going to make yourself even more money by booking the rematch between those two where Gage gets the title back. So where exactly is the problem? Where exactly is the problem? I don't get people, man. I really don't. Now, normally I don't like that type of behavior. I don't like it at all. But in that moment, I think anybody would have killed to have 1/10 of the heat that Matt Cardona got. Really. It's a great thing to see. I loved it. I really did. Now, McIntyre versus Veer, this went 3 minutes. And McIntyre lost via DQ here. So Drew obviously controlled early. Veer got in. Very little offense here. Drew made a comeback. Then he played up to the crowd. Overhead tossed Veer in his suplex. Slammed Veer down to the mat. Kipped up like he usually does. Veer chopped Drew in the throat. Jinder gave Veer a chair. And Drew noticed and hit a claymore into Veer, into the chair, right into his face. The referee DQ'd Drew, and that was pretty much it. Drew jumped to the floor and shot the lawyer a nasty look. The lawyer stood in place. Instead of running away, Drew threw him into the ring. The lawyer had a chance to roll out of the ring, but instead stood there like a fucking idiot and ate a claymore. And that was it. I don't care about Drew McIntyre and Jinder Mahal. I don't know what type of match we're going to get at SummerSlam. Maybe a no DQ match. Maybe a chairs match, which is pretty much a no DQ match. Maybe we get a last man standing match. Maybe we get a fucking handicap match. I don't know. Maybe we get Jinder Mahal, Veer, and Shanky in a team at SummerSlam. Drew McIntyre brings back Heath Slater. What is he doing nowadays? Is he still with Impact? Is he still starting with Impact? Just get all three of them beat together, man. Have Drew call up Heath Slater, bring him to SummerSlam, and have him beat Jinder. Goodbye. Probably be a no DQ match of some sort, being that Drew McIntyre's been using the chair on Mahal and his geeks as of late. I don't care. How the mighty have fallen in Drew McIntyre, man. Sad thing to see. But WWE did this to themselves. Backstage, Eva told Doudrop to forget what happened last week because this week they'll be a step closer to becoming the women's tag team champions. She said the evolution will not be stopped as long as Doudrop does her job. So we got Tamina and Natalya versus Doudrop and Eva Marie. This was a non-title match, of course, because Eva and Doudrop had to beat the champions to get a title match. So another championship contenders match on Monday Night Raw. That makes 3 in one night. So Eva took a swing at Natalya and ran away like she usually does because the bitch can't wrestle. And then tagged in Doudrop. Doudrop and Natalya wrestled for a little bit. Then Tamina tagged in. Somewhere in there, I don't remember what happened. Forgive me for not watching. I mean, can you blame me? We got Natalya injuring her leg, and she was out for the duration of the match. I don't know what happened. I don't know if it happened on the big crossbody splash from Doudrop. Hopefully we find out more. Hopefully she's okay and it's not too serious. More on Natalya in a second. So she didn't re-enter the match. Doudrop splashed Tamina, then tagged in Eva, who covered Tamina for a 2 count. Suddenly, all of a sudden, on the big screen, we see Lily the Doll, who is out of timeout. WWE released her from timeout. Interrupted with a mock evolution video, and she was posing in different scenes and different backgrounds. One was in a movie studio, one was in a beach. You know, I love how WWE puts effort into fucking photographing Lily behind a green screen with some fucking palm trees and some fucking golden sand somewhere, but can't fucking book Keith Lee properly on Monday Night Raw. What a fucking piece of shit company. Honestly. They called it Lily-lution. They called it Lily-lution. She said she wants to inspire people to follow their nightmares. It showed images of her in a lake, photo shoots, beaches. Tamina then kicked a distracted Eva for the win. A trainer helped Natalya to the back. She was limping on one foot. Natalya was limping with the trainer. Tamina seen this and rushed over to Natalya. Clearly looked like she was worried. Hopefully, Natalya is okay. And I don't know what that means for their tag team title reign. So we'll see what happens. I'm assuming Fightful or Meltzer or one of these guys is going to have an injury update on Natalya soon as things die down tonight. Eva, I don't know what we're doing here. I mean, the bitch comes back and she does absolutely fucking nothing. I can't even say next to nothing. She virtually does nothing. Nothing. Why is she signed to a fucking contract? You're better off giving me the fucking money and I'd do with it something a lot more worthwhile than paying Eva Marie. This is fucking awful. Why is she there? She literally got a tag, went for a pin, hooked the leg as if she didn't even know how to do that, looked around, dumbfounded, why she didn't get the fucking pinfall victory over one half of the tag team champions, and then shitty acting on top of it. Oh my God, I didn't win. What happened? Then she takes a super kick from Tamina and rolls out of the ring and sells the injury. Oh. Why is she there? How could you look at this show and look at this division and then look at Eva Marie do nothing and say, yeah, we got a great women's division? It's a fucking joke. Get her off television. Seriously. Or fire her. One or the other. It's not even worth the time of day. Not even worth the ink on that fucking paper to that contract. Jesse's telling me Kross beat Lee by pinfall in NXT. I don't know why I was thinking he passed out. I think Jesse's right. Jesse was right. Maybe it was off the Saito suplex. Couple of them, actually. Speaking of which, WWE promoted Kross versus Keith Lee tonight. Literally, and then we get it. Karrion Kross versus Keith Lee. This went 9 minutes. I'm sorry. 5 minutes. I undershot it by 4 minutes. I'm sorry. It went 9 minutes. Karrion Kross beats Keith Lee. So, I went over what I wanted to say in the beginning of this show. There's no reason for me to repeat myself. The match shouldn't have been booked. Keith Lee should have been booked against somebody else where he could, I don't know, get a win, get some momentum underneath himself. Why Karrion Kross had to be booked on this show, I don't know. If there's no Jeff Hardy, why is he there? He's not really a part of the brand yet. He's still doing his thing with Samoa Joe. He's got a match coming up with Joe at TakeOver. Keith Lee could have easily gone into a match tonight against Shelton Benjamin, against Cedric Alexander, against Humberto Carrillo, somebody, anybody. But they opted him to go into a match with Karrion Kross, a match where neither guy could lose. So it's a lose-lose situation. And Keith Lee being put in this match and him losing this match shows you what WWE thinks of not only us, the fans, and what we think, but WWE also showed you tonight what they think of Keith Lee. They don't give a flying fuck about Keith Lee at all. And I don't know what's going to save him. And at this point, this guy is dead. There's nothing that's going to save him. There's nothing that's going to, get him out of this funk he's in. There's nothing that's going to take him out of the grave in which he currently lays. There's nothing that can be done to Keith Lee at all. Not a move to SmackDown, not a move back to NXT. You know what Keith Lee needs to do? Keith Lee needs to get the fuck out of WWE and take your fiance with you. Seriously. Go anywhere. Go anywhere. Get the fuck away from WWE. If I'm Keith Lee, I'm asking for my fucking release. I am. There's no point. I don't know how much one person can take and feel like a waste. If I am not valuable to you and you can't take what I can give you and use it to make the show better, why am I here? That's exactly what he needs to be thinking. He may be thinking that now. We don't fucking know. We don't know. But I know if I'm Keith Lee, that's exactly what I'm thinking. What a fucking waste. Ask for your release. They don't want you. I guarantee you that guy don't want to be there. So this match goes 9 minutes. 9 minutes. Lee suplexed Kross and knocked him down with the shoulder tackle. Kross drove Lee into the side of the ring, suplexed him outside, right to commercial break. Lee tried fighting back. He was being beaten down by Kross. Kross hit a DDT for a 2 count to stop his offense. Lee fought back again out of a cross jacket, which is his version of the sleeper hold, and followed with clothesline, some strikes, a headbutt, another running shoulder tackle on Kross. Lee tried setting up for the spirit bomb, but Kross slipped out and hit a nasty Saito suplex. Kross put Lee in the cross jacket. Lee was fighting out a little bit, and then he tapped out. Keith Lee taps out to Kross. Kross wins by submission. And Keith Lee, once again, buried by WWE Creative. I don't know what else to tell you guys. I really don't. Guy needs to get the fuck away from this company, and Mia Yim needs to follow him. Both of them. If you're not using them, why are you paying them? That's what I want to know. Sarah Schreiber interviewed Nikki backstage. They actually said, win or lose, nobody can take the feeling away from her that she can achieve anything. Win or lose. Honey, listen, you're the women's champion. You should not be talking about losing and fighting and achieving anything. If you lose, you're a loser. If you lose, then that's not you achieving anything. That's you achieving to be a loser. I don't understand baby faces like this, man. You're the women's champion. Why are you talking about win or lose? There should be nothing but win on your mind. I don't get it. She said the hardest of challenges are worth fighting for. She said no matter what happens tonight, she's excited she'll be defending her title at SummerSlam. Ripley walked up and said she can't help but admire her unconditional belief in herself. She said she hopes she gives Charlotte hell tonight. She said she intends to unseat her at SummerSlam. Mace and T-Bar versus Ali and Mansoor. Listen, man, I love Ali. I really do. Mustafa Ali. I think Mansoor is great in his own right as well. But Mace and T-Bar, man, what are they doing with T-Bar? What are they doing? I mean, does this guy go home at night and feel fulfilled in his WWE duties? Is he that happy with the money that he's making in WWE to bypass how he feels, how little he's being used on this show, and how much of a waste he is? You know, I look at this guy speak, and Dominik Dijakovic is a great promo. Dominik Dijakovic, what he does in that ring is spectacular when given the opportunity to showcase it. Why do we have a guy like this that could be yet another main event guy on this show, straddled in a fucking tag team in a dead division? Why? Do we not value talent in this company? What value does T-Bar have to WWE right now? I don't really understand it. And Mace, I mean, I'm not a big fan of the guy. He's got a great look, but I don't see him doing much of anything either, with or without T-Bar. So what are we doing here? Are you trying to make these guys into the next Ascension? Are you trying to give these guys a Demolition-like look? They're certainly not booked like Demolition. What are we doing here? These guys will never win tag team championships, ever. I'd be shocked if that day comes. This is a waste. Now, Ali and Mansoor, I like this pairing, man. I do. I see a lot of potential in this pairing. I hope WWE gives it some fuel, or gives the storyline some fuel. They could have a nice little undercard story with these two guys, with them maybe winning the tag team championships. These guys could be the recipients of the tag team championships off the breakup of Matt Riddle and Randy Orton when that does happen. And that could play into Ali and Orton as well, because after all this time, Ali might be looking for some sort of revenge against Randy Orton for keeping him out of WWE title plans when he broke his orbital bone. Maybe. Now, I may have a little too much hope in WWE giving these guys a nice proper run on the undercard. But I liked what I saw tonight, and I liked the makeup of what they have as a team. So they beat the bargain basement Ascension here, T-Bar and Mace. So Ali flew through the ropes, DDT'd T-Bar at ringside. He tried to save Mansoor from attack at ringside, so that's exactly what he did there. Ali was yelling at Mansoor for not being focused. Mace grabbed Ali on the ring apron. Mansoor kicked them apart, sending Ali down to the floor. Mansoor leapt onto the top rope. Mace grabbed him, went for a choke slam. Mansoor countered with a roll-up on Mace for the 1-2-3, and they got the upset victory over Mace and T-Bar. Mansoor celebrated with Ali hugging him. T-Bar went after Mansoor, and Ali saved him. So they were celebrating, and they got a victory. I hope we see some more come of this between Ali and Mansoor. I think they got something going on here. But knowing WWE, they'll probably forget what happened here this week. MVP and Bobby Lashley, they were in the ring. talking about Goldberg disrespecting Lashley last week. Oh, listen, Goldberg does more than just disrespect Bobby Lashley. Goldberg disrespects the fucking business every single time he comes back. So fans stupidly were chanting Goldberg, Goldberg. Lashley said he won't dignify Goldberg's challenge with a response. Good. Good. Don't even answer him. Have it get to the final week before SummerSlam and say no. I am not giving you your title match. No. He said this is his ring and he won't be disrespected by anyone. Cedric Alexander then walked out. Cedric Alexander, of all fucking people, or someone who should have really had a match with Keith Lee to give Keith Lee a nice victory. Cedric Alexander walked out. You want to talk about disrespect? Says he was disrespectfully excommunicated from the Hurt Business earlier this year. Said he figured out why. It's because I'm better than you. Said he wants his opportunity to show that he can do it tonight. He was then interrupted by Shelton Benjamin. He asked Cedric, do you have any idea how annoying the sound of your voice is? Shelton entered the ring and he said there is Shelton and Cedric, and Shelton's going to issue the real challenge here. So they were arguing back and forth on who was going to get Bobby Lashley, and MVP was looking around, and Bobby Lashley took the microphone from MVP and said, you know what? I'll take both of you guys on tonight at the same time. So Bobby Lashley and Cedric Shelton, all three of these guys, handicap match. Lashley beats them in 3 minutes. Cedric landed a DDT on Lashley for a 2 count. Lashley then one arm slammed Cedric and then speared Shelton in half. And that was pretty much it. He then slammed Cedric onto Shelton, stacked them for the pin. Lashley wins in 3 minutes. Dominating win for Lashley, and the burials just keep on coming for Bruce and Vince McMahon on this show. Why did this need to happen? So now the burials are coming in twos. Did we really need Shelton and Cedric buried like we had tonight? Meanwhile, their value could have been used to put somebody else. If you wanted to bury them, why didn't you give Keith Lee the burial? Why didn't you have Keith Lee go in there and show us exactly what he could do? Or Karrion Kross show us what he can do against Shelton, being that they already wrestled on main event, right? Could have given Cedric Keith Lee. Why? Why can I book this show better than the fucking people that actually booked this show? In no way would that have damaged Cedric or Shelton Benjamin. In this match, all anybody's going to think, oh, look, Hurt Business. Oh, I missed the Hurt Business. Oh, look, Bobby Lashley buried his 2 former buddies when they were already with 1 foot in the grave. At least use them to put others over. Bobby Lashley doesn't need to be put over like this before Bill Goldberg. He beat Kofi Kingston in 6 minutes at the pay-per-view. Why does he need to do this and look dominant for Bill Goldberg? You fucking kidding me? Give me a fucking break. Really. This was a complete shit show. Terrible, terrible, terrible booking. Styles and Omos approached Miz and Morrison backstage. Said he needed to have an important private talk with them. So they huddled as Omos stood guard. And that was the segment. Riddle made his ring entrance. We got a match with John Morrison and Matt Riddle. Another rematch, like we've never seen this one before. So Miz sprayed Riddle with the dripstick, and Morrison used the distraction for a schoolboy. Riddle kicked out, hit a knee strike. Riddle then knocked Miz down with a punt kick, and he fell over in his wheelchair. You know, there was a comment by John Draper online. He's the brother of Kevin Castle. And, you know, he said something that really stuck with me. Why is it that The Miz is developing his character in the role that he's in a wheelchair, more and more every single week, and they're developing his character in a non-wrestling role, but WWE has put little to zero effort in building up somebody like Keith Lee? Why? That's what I want to know. Is The Miz more valuable at this stage of the game than building up Keith Lee? Is the effort into The Miz more valuable to WWE Raw than building up Keith Lee, who could possibly be a future main event piece on this show for the company, period. That's what I want to know. Why are we building up The Miz and forwarding his character in a non-wrestling role and not dispersing that effort elsewhere on the show? It is this that pisses me the fuck off as far as watching this show as a fan. I can't stand it. I really can't stand the way this show is booked. It is fucking awful. Everything about this show is awful. So he got punt kicked. He rolls over. Riddle starts making fun of him like he's drowning in water. Or he's like a turtle on his back, right? So we're going to commercial break. Riddle knocked down Morrison with a springboard dive. Styles and Omos come down to the ring. Morrison used some kicks to go for a cover. Riddle came back with the powerbomb and a knee strike. Riddle began climbing the ropes, but was distracted by Styles, who grabbed his scooter. He handed the scooter to Omos, and he snapped the scooter in half over his knee. Riddle was upset. This allowed Morrison to slam Riddle with a Uranagi down, then go up top and deliver Starship Pain for the 1-2-3. Styles then got in the ring and delivered a Styles Clash, and the crowd chanted for Randy Orton, but he did not show up tonight. So Randy Orton's coming back. WWE pretty much teased that this is going to be the tag team title match going into SummerSlam. Randy Orton's taking his sweet-ass time coming back to Monday Night Raw. Nobody knows what happened to Randy Orton. Nobody knows if it's personal time off. Nobody knows if it's an injury. I don't know why it would be personal time off. Maybe it is. Maybe Randy Orton was promised dates off, and he went on a nice little family vacation. He figured Matt Riddle can handle this storyline. I'm not really all that needed, right? I'm not in Money in the Bank. Fuck it. Riddle's in there. Let him do my shit while I'm gone. I'll come back. I'll feel refreshed. We'll win the tag team titles. Then I'll RKO him. He don't even need to be on the show. Riddle's doing the majority of the work. And I think that's going to be a big deal. It really is. It's going to be a big money match for Riddle. It's going to be a big championship title change in Las Vegas, being that Matt Riddle is from Las Vegas. And I'm liking it. So this was the seed planted for Randy Orton to come back and save Matt Riddle in a 2-on-1 against AJ and Omos. And that's going to be your tag team title match at SummerSlam. That's the money match. It's probably the only match at SummerSlam that you could possibly do in the tag team division. But it's a money match because it's going to be greater for Riddle and Orton in the end because they're going to be feuding with each other, and that's what's going to take Riddle to the next level. That's what we're all focused on. Hopefully. Reginald. It's at this point in the show, I just couldn't wait for the show to be over. Reginald versus R-Truth, 24/7 title match. Reginald flew into the ring over the top rope. I don't know if he jumped on a trampoline or not. I don't. It's a fucking circus when he's in the ring. Truth was standing there wide-eyed at this guy's athleticism. I'll give Reginald credit. He's a very athletic fellow. But that's the extent of it. Why he's on my TV, I don't know. So Truth was mic'd up during this match. There was barely any commentary. He was mic'd up for the match. He asked Reginald to give him his baby back. He said they could do this the easy way or the hard way. Truth yanked off his jacket and then swung it at him. Reginald avoided R-Truth, swinging the jacket with flips. Truth then threw the jacket at him. Reginald then couldn't figure out how to get it off his head. This was a comedy fucking skit. He didn't know how to get the jacket off of his fucking face. He ducked a charging R-Truth and then flipped onto him, sat on his chest with a seated senton for the 1-2-3. Then Tozawa and the 24/7 catering crew, Gulak, Humberto, Humberto, who's just challenging Sheamus for the United States Championship. He's now back chasing the 24/7 championship. Lindsay Dorado. They all ran out to the ring. Reginald was in the ring, flipped over the ring, to avoid all of them and did 4 consecutive backflips as he went back to Gorilla. I don't know. This is what WWE does during the day while we're all wondering, I wonder what's going to be on Monday Night Raw tonight. They're booking fucking comedy segments where Reginald can't get the fucking jacket off of his face like he's some fucking comedy guy. Why do we still have the 24/7 championship on TV? Why? Did anybody in this chat find this to be funny? Does anybody laugh at this? I'm laughing at the fact that WWE is wasting somebody like Humberto and Drew Gulak and Akira Tozawa. You wouldn't know it. Akira Tozawa is a great professional wrestler. He's out there wearing a black ninja costume, running around looking for 24/7 championships. It's not funny. I don't know if anybody finds this funny. If you do, please go seek help. Seriously. You have a fucking problem. Burn the title and sell whatever is fucking remaining of it to the fucking pawn shop. Charlotte versus Nikki Trash. Trash. This went 10 minutes. This wasn't even a real match that I cared about. I mean, this was more of the fucking same. This did nothing for either one of these women. Nothing. So, Charlotte threw Nikki over the announce desk on the outside. Nikki made a babyface comeback after a commercial break. Charlotte took over again with Ric Flair-like chops that she stole from her father. So Nikki flew out of the corner with a tornado DDT, and she went up top. Big crossbody block. Same move that she beat Charlotte with last week. Didn't get the job done. Charlotte rolled through the crossbody and pinned Nikki Trash for the 1-2-3. Charlotte then mocked Nikki after the loss. Kevin Patrick then entered the ring, congratulated Charlotte on her victory. She asked, "Why are you congratulating me?" She said she expected to win. She then threw verbal insults at Nikki Trash, who was kneeling in the corner, sad, beaten, and defeated. "No one is in my league," Charlotte said. "Yes, no one is in your league. You got that new fucking i9 processor. I'm sure no one's in your league. Everybody's operating under an i3 in this division. No shit." It's true, guys. It's true. I'm sorry. Sorry, not sorry. Nikki took the mic and said defiantly that she lost the match, but she showed that she could almost have won the match. She could have almost won the match. She said she lost the match, and she showed that she could have almost won the match. And her confidence is so high that she knows she could beat Charlotte next week. I'm dumbfounded. I'm dumbfounded at the people that write this show. I really am. She showed that she could almost have won the match. How about you go in there and win the match? Not almost win the match. You do realize that your fucking catchphrase is making you look like a fucking idiot. An idiot. Your confidence showed you could almost win the fucking match. How about you go and win the fucking match? You're the women's champion. The crowd didn't react. We got a rematch next week because Nikki says her confidence is so high she could beat Charlotte Flair next week. So, Charlotte said, "Listen, I can beat you any day of the week, so I accept your challenge." Charlotte offered a handshake. Nikki grabbed her hand again like a fucking idiot. What are you mental? Are you new around here? What a dumb fucking baby. It's WWE once again, man. Shit character, dumb baby face. Let me shake Charlotte Flair's hand. Right. The heel. You want to shake the heel's hand. What a dumb fucking idiot. Charlotte yanked her hand, punched her in the face. She then dragged Nikki to ringside and threw her against the barricade. "You're so inspirational," she said. And the show went off the air. WWE with another phoned-in Monday Night Raw because the Olympics were on and they figured, you know what, no one's going to watch. No one's going to watch. No one's going to watch. I hope this Raw rating goes back to a 1.6, 1.7 like it was usually getting on Monday night. That's what the show deserves. I really don't know, man. If you are in attendance and you bought tickets to this show, man, I don't feel 1 ounce of pity for you. I don't. I don't know who in their right mind would go and watch Monday Night Raw live in whatever town they're fucking bringing the circus into next week. Or the week after that, or the week after that. Up and down the creative bankruptcy that this company has shown you. I don't know how anybody in this community can really look at this and defend it in any way. I really don't. You make me look smarter and smarter every single fucking week, man. Really. I don't know how anybody can defend this shit. Nikki Cross losing, Sheamus losing, Keith Lee losing, WWE putting Keith Lee and Karrion Kross in a fucking match. Gotta be a troll. Gotta be a troll. Why WWE's booking a triple threat match with Nikki Trash, Charlotte, and Rhea Ripley, but giving Charlotte a win over Nikki Cross when she's already in a championship match at SummerSlam? What? Why? Why? I feel dumber every week watching this show. I do. I don't get it. The votes are in. Gonna end the poll right now. 11% of you are as dumb as the fucking people watching this show. 89% thumbs down and 11% thumbs up. I don't know who voted, or 10% thumbs up. I seen 11. It says 10% in the chat. It's 11% thumbs up. 2,500 votes. I'd like for you to show your fucking face. Seriously. Who voted thumbs up? Unreal. Guys, thank you so very much for joining me on the live stream tonight. We're going to go over some super chats right now. Hit that thumbs up. We got over 1,000. Let's try for 1,200, man. 1,200 likes is now the new goal. You guys can do it. Less than 100 to go. Follow me on Twitter, man, at JD from NY206. That is on Twitter and Instagram. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for all notifications. You know, Jesse said it best, man. Jesse said it best tonight on Twitter. I retweeted him. His Twitter was probably fucking blowing up because of it. Watching Monday Night Raw makes you look forward to Wednesdays. Seriously. Go check out all the other videos that you might have missed on the channel, man. Some great shit last week on the homepage. And go check out my boys over at Dr. Squatch, man. drsquatch.com. That's code SCRIPT at checkout. Go get yourself some soaps, some shampoos, man. I love their shampoo. I'm telling you right now, man, I love their shampoo. I love their conditioner. Their deodorant is great. It's all natural, all organic. I love me the cold brew cleanse. They got some great shit there, man. Every single day I use Dr. Squatch. I would never push it on the show if I did not personally use it. I love it all, man. I do. Go get yourself some Dr. Squatch, drsquatch.com. Use code SCRIPT at checkout for 20% off. And go get your Summer Scam t-shirts, man. Go get your Summer Scam t-shirts. That's bonfire.com. Link is down in the description below. Start off at the top here, man. We got Joshua Bennett with 4 super chats, a 20, a 20, a 10, and a 5. $55 in super chats by my boy Joshua Bennett. Hey, JD, I just thought I'd stop by and throw a few dollars to the best in the IWC. Anyway, I wanted to get your thoughts on GCW Homecoming from last weekend because you said you were going to night one. Love you, JD. Joshua, I talked about it during the show, brother. Talked about it during the show. Talked about it during the Drew McIntyre, Jinder Mahal segment where Drew is gonna kill you chant started. So go check that out, man. I understand if you didn't like it because I know death matches are not your favorite, unlike people who like bloodthirsty psychos, but I hope you at least enjoy the variety of talent they got up there. Again, much love. Yeah, man, death matches aren't my thing. There was a match with, I forgot his name, Chase Parker, I believe his name is, and Alex Colon. Not my style, man. You know, the Gage Cardona match wasn't really all that bad. As far as death matches go, it reminded me of just a regular hardcore match. But when you start, bringing the light tubes and doing it consistently through the match and glass, it gets a little crazy for me, man. I don't know if this is a bold statement, but this is my statement. I'm sticking to it. Nick Gage is the closest thing we are ever going to get to another New Jack. God rest his soul. Respect to the king. All right, last one on GCW. I would just like to know your thoughts on Atticus Kogar, and what do you think of him? I think, Joshua, I think during his match, I actually went out to go get some fresh air. Really. I didn't really care about anybody else on that show except for Cardona and Gage. I don't care. The talent was fine. I mean, they got some nice talent there. But I don't really care. I was only there for the main event. D'Angelo Hayes with a $5 super chat. Dude, I'm so over this tired old trope of challengers beating champions just to earn a title shot. It's just lazy, piss-poor booking. Absolutely, D'Angelo. I'm fucking sick and tired of it, man. Michelle Moran. Over-under tonight's Raw getting a 1-7. Awful show. Slightly over, Michelle. Slightly over. Susan D'Ambrosio with a $5 super chat. JD Monkeys book a better Monday Night Raw. This show is such trash. I think we've come to know that very well, Susan. Thoughts and prayers to you. Hopefully you're feeling a little bit better week by week. Sean Watkins with a $4.99 super chat. Another night of Monday Night Snore. OTS for life. Thank you, Sean. Susan D'Ambrosio with another $5 super chat. I just wanted to say, get well soon, Jeff Hardy. I heard he has COVID. Jeff Hardy, you're in my thoughts and prayers. He'll be back in 2 weeks. Reese with a $14.99 super chat. JD, I had to turn Raw off. Legit got me depressed, but I'll leave this. Mr. No days off. Thank you, Reese. Thank you, brother. Bradley Robinette with a $1.99 super chat. I watched Olympics instead. I'm sure Raw sucked. Bradley, you missed absolutely nothing. Eddie Hazard with a $9.99 super chat. Watched AEW Dark Elevation instead of Raw tonight. Seriously, do yourself a favor and treat yourself to the Lucha Bros versus Dark Order match. Guarantee it was better than anything on the other channel. Jesse was telling me, man, Fuego del Sol and Thunder Rosa are absolutely white hot in front of an AEW crowd, man. I might have to start checking it out. Sean Watkins with a $4.99 super chat. I'm just so lost for words with this show. I tried to convince myself that when the fans came back, it would be better. I think it got fucking worse. Sean, it did. It did. They're batting 0 for 2 in the post-pandemic era of WWE. Michael Raymond with a $5 super chat. JD, can you give us an updated list on everyone currently buried on the main roster and yell buried after their name? Karrion Kross, buried. Keith Lee, buried. Humberto, buried. Shayna Baszler, buried. Nikki Cross, buried. That's all I got for you. Those are the names that stick out immediately to me. Tony Brown with a $4.99 super chat. Please, Vince, just retire, dude. It's a wrap. This was an elephant-sized turd of a show other than Lashley's squash match. Oh, yeah, Shelton, buried. Cedric, buried. There you go. Yes, Tony Brown, it was an awful, awful, awful show. Ricochet with a $4.99 super chat. This Ash run is aging like a jar of mayonnaise that was left open for 3 weeks in the sweltering sun and then used in a tuna sandwich. Comment of the night from Ricochet. Get Ricochet around the fucking beers, man. On me. Good job, bro. Angel Garza, buried. T-Bar, buried. The Fiend, buried. Rhea Ripley, buried. Ryan Mansueto with a $9.99 super chat. Yo, JD, I love this podcast. The only thing I look forward to on Mondays. Love you, bro. Appreciate you, brother. Michael Raymond with a $2 super chat. This show ended like it began, a wet fart. Ryoff Wildfire with a $4.99 super chat. What's the difference between WWE live fans and the Thunderdome? Nothing. They're the same to me, cheering for trash. World's worst entertainment. I can't tell the fucking difference, brother. What'd I tell you? I told you since the very beginning of the pandemic, it doesn't matter where these shows take place, man. It's gonna be the same fucking show that you got in the Thunderdome. Was I wrong? The answer is no. Hooligan with a $5 super chat. Non-alcoholic beer is greater than Raw. Cheers, JD. Shout out to my boy Edgar Estrada for a speedy recovery. Hooligan, what is going on with Edgar Estrada? Did he go and get himself hurt? What happened to Edgar Estrada? We miss Edgar here, bro. Tenorio with a $10 super chat. Jinder Mahal cures my insomnia. Jinder Mahal has that effect on people, bro. Jacob Donnelly with a $5 super chat. Punk and Bryant can't get on AEW TV fast enough. History in the making, brother. We are a part of history right now. We got a super chat here from somebody that I never seen before, man. Lundula Productions. People who get mad at criticism to the show need to realize that not everybody's watching the product and think everything is sunshine and rainbows. Lundula. People who get mad at the criticism that I give to Monday Night Raw are blithering fucking idiots with the IQ of an empty can of soda. I don't give a flying fuck what they think, because they are inferior to everything I do here. You don't like what I have to say? Tough shit. Go watch somebody else that fits your fucking narrative. I do not fit the narrative. I give you the truth. You don't like the truth? Go fuck yourself. That's what I usually say. Thank you for $5. Ricochet with a $4.99 super chat. Every night I watch Raw is literally the worst night of my life. Certainly the worst night of the week, brother. Certainly the worst night of the week. Hooligan with a $5 super chat. 8% are getting no pussy, he says. Probably. It ended up being 11%, so 11% they're getting no pussy, for sure. Ricardo Linnell with a $10 super chat. When I saw that Keith Lee and Karrion Kross win a match, I knew that Vince made that match to troll JD and the OTS viewers. What a sad, pathetic man. Somebody please send him and Bruce some Blue Chew. BlueChew.com. Use code JD for your free sample. Munchie Time. Thank you, Ricardo. Munchie Time with a $4.99. What will have a better chance of surviving a fall from the Empire State Building? Charbot 4.0, XYZ Model 2A, or a Nokia flip phone? OTS for life. Bro, Charlotte is made of fucking the most precious materials, man. Underneath that, you thought fucking Arnold was a Terminator, bro. Forget about it. Charlotte's on another level. But she isn't as intimidating and cringe as... Well, actually, no, Arnold isn't as cringe as Charlotte. She's awful. Sergio, with a $9.99 super chat. Thanks for taking the blow for us by watching Raw Borefest. We've got a mutual friend. Keith. Can't wait for 9/22 when AEW comes to New York City. Plus, I get to meet you. Win-win. Yes, my boy Keith. The master chef himself, Keith. I got to try his new food truck, man. Is he bringing the fucking food truck with him is what I want to know. Yeah, Keith is good people, bro. Thank you, Sergio. I appreciate you, man. Dayron with a $20 super chat. Wednesday, I will be attending my first ever pro wrestling event. Never got to experience this as a child, but I'm super excited about seeing the talent I grew up watching. I know you not supposed to go alone, but I am okay with doing that. Dayron, what event are you going to on Wednesday night? I hope it's Dynamite. I hope it's Dynamite, brother. Thank you for $20, man. World of Wrestling with a $5 super chat. Kross vs. Lee. Who books this shit? Oh, I know. Vince and our good old buddy, Bruce. I hate Bruce Pritchard. Shares the first name as me. Fuck you, Bruce. I'm sorry, World of Wrestling. I'm sorry you gotta go through life with the first name of Bruce. Naomi, buried. Shayna Baszler, Barry. I think I mentioned Shayna. Might as well mention her again. Mr. Cake with a $5 super chat. Bianca Belair is the #1 champ in the women's division after tonight's fiasco. Absolutely. Gino with a $4.99 super chat. I did some research and Charlotte only has 8 non-title pay-per-view matches. 1 loss in 6 years. 2 title reigns over 57 days. Nepotism. Gino, you did some nice work. You did God's work there, bro. I couldn't even have the patience to look that shit up. Brian Bottis with a Canadian $5 super chat. He leaves no message, but then he leaves another $5 Canadian and says, "New sub. I appreciate your honesty, passion, and you are can't miss. Unlike WWE these days, which is a complete dumpster fire of booking, AEW forever." Get Brian Bottis a fucking round of beers on me, bro. Thank you, Brian, for the $10, man. I appreciate you and welcome. Everybody welcome Brian in the chat. The OTS family. Matthew Malnar with a $5 super chat. I'm so sad for Keith Lee, man. I hope he leaves this shit company to become a bigger star somewhere else. Yeah, Tony Khan. Tony Khan is the answer. Coil Phoenix with a $20 super chat. Hey, JD, can we please have a moment of silence for our buried NXT talent and NXT in general? Because after last week with Kross losing and now Mace and T-Bar cutting that cringe promo, you might as well consider NXT dead. With a heartbroken emoji. I'm sorry, Coiled. I think I'm well past the heartbreak phase of NXT. They just don't care. They do not care about it at all. That's why I'm so terrified. I'm petrified of Adam Cole being brought up to the main roster, man. He is doomed before he even breathes on the main roster. Thank you, Coil Phoenix, for the $20. We got DJ with a $19.99 super chat. What's up, JD? I gotta say, I watched Raw last week, and it was so bad I regretted watching it. I feel really bad for Triple H. He worked so hard to put over every talent in NXT to get buried on the main roster. I wonder if Triple H was backstage last week during Kross's loss to Jeff Hardy, and I wonder if he said something to Vince McMahon where Kross came out and looked dominant against Keith Lee tonight. It's almost as if Vince made Triple H a deal. I'll put your guy over, but I gotta bury one of your other guys in the process. Makes me think. Thank you, DJ. Mr. Cake with a $5 super chat. I look at Keith Lee and I just think, this is the guy. AEW could use a guy like Keith Lee on the roster. Abso-fucking-lutely, man. Can you imagine Keith Lee in a match against Alistair or Malachi, Miro, Omega, Hangman? Come on, man. Anthony Tranny with a $4.99 super chat. I would love to know what was going on inside the mind of Triple H when he saw Kross versus Lee tonight. NXT is dead. What is the point of TakeOver / NXT? Triple H is never going to tell you what he really is feeling or what he's thinking, Anthony. He's going to give you the most shill-like answer and bullshit around the fucking problem. He can't say shit. He's under the mindful watch of Vincent Kennedy McMahon. DJ with a $9.99 super chat. I really wonder how Triple H feels about all this. This isn't right, what the main roster is doing. If I was Triple H, I would start my own wrestling promotion. Triple H ain't starting shit, bro. Triple H is going to bend over and take it up the ass like he usually does from his father-in-law. Chillin' with McMillan becomes a member of the OTS venue. Somebody get McMillan a shot of peanut butter whiskey, bro. Some screwball. The real shit. Not that fake shit. That other shit on the market, okay? Don't give me no lip, Jesse. Get him the fucking drink. Doc, you fucking drinks when I come to Chicago, motherfucker. Always giving me lip. King Spasm with a $19.99 super chat. I can't wait for Roman vs. The Rock feud. Just gold television. And where's Becky Lynch and Sasha Banks and Naomi at? Bayley's hurt, Raw is trash, and the Bella Twins are supposed to return soon, and Ronda too, can't wait. None of this I'm happy about. Except for Sasha Banks and Roman Rock. Thank you, King Spazin. I have no idea where all these people are. The Bella Twins, save it. Whoever's excited about the Bella Twins coming back, you got some mental fucking problems, man. Listen, I'll check into the asylum myself, bro. I really would. Mr. Cake with a $5 super chat. Hey, JD, thoughts on Miro's next challenger for the TNT title? It's Jesse's boy. Also, can I have a Guinness? Absolutely, Mr. K. You know, I have no idea who's the next challenge for Miro. I don't know. Maybe it's Cody. Maybe it's Cody. Mohammed Geh with a 10 from Saudi Arabia. Your biggest fan from Saudi Arabia, Mohammed. What's up, brother? Thank you so much, man. Mr. Cake, $2 super chat, almost is a discount Moose. I won't even disrespect Moose like that, brother. Chilling with McMillan. He's got a $5 super chat. Too bad that style signed an extension with WWE. He'd be killing it in AEW. I hope Balor and Cole don't make the same mistake. I don't think they are. I honestly think after what happened to Kross last week, I think everybody that's a free agent in NXT is not going to resign. It's either they stay in NXT for life and stifle their career, or they go to the main roster. That doesn't sound like a win-win situation to me. Let your contract run out and go somewhere else. King Spazin with a $9.99 super chat. JD, I thought you was going to play Spider-Man Miles Morales. And your scary games are funny as fuck. You're my favorite YouTuber, bro. Don't go away from YouTube. You're a genius. Thank you, King. You know, I've been out of, I've been losing a little passion with the gaming, man. There's really nothing good. There's nothing good out. There's nothing exciting to play. It's either fucking Warzone or nothing. Everybody's playing Warzone. Legitimately, what is there to play? There's nothing to fucking play. I played Destiny, and I've even taken a break from that for the last 3 weeks, man. Haven't touched Destiny in 3 weeks. Magician Sapphire with a $10 super chat. So we're getting Alexa and Lily versus Eva Marie and Doudrop. I use black magic to make this shit go away and give me a better show. I would use black magic to make it go away too. Bro, I would actually just make Eva Marie disappear. Can we do that? Can we use some black magic to make Eva Marie disappear? That would be fantastic. Mr. Cake with a $2 super chat. I died inside seeing Piper work the slow style. What happens when Vince sees somebody who's large, they gotta work a fucking Big Show style. I hate it. Piper can move. Let her move. Justin Strippin with a $4.99 super chat. Seeing the GCW crowd throw trash at Matt Cardona reminded me of when WCW crowd would throw trash at the ring at the end of every WCW Nitro show. Let's not go and compare GCW's crowd, which is normally trash, with WCW in the NWO days, because they were upset at Hulk Hogan, who was the biggest babyface in all of pro wrestling, turning heel. Montreal Rather with a $2 super chat. Don't know what's worse, Eva or the 24/7 title. I would say Eva. I think Eva's a lot worse. Eva's a lot more damaging. Cora with a $5 super chat. I'm Bruce Pritchard, and you're watching the Disney Channel. It's exactly what it is. Montreal Rather with a $4 super chat. Keith Lee vs. Kross was a double-edged sword match. Keith Lee needs to take the Zack Ryder path. Yes, he does. Listen, Viper is Doudrop. I just embellish and call her Doudrop because that's exactly what WWE thinks of her. That's why they named her that. Cool Jags with a $1.99 super chat. Raw sucks. Need I say more? Great show, JD. Thank you, Cool Jags. Swazi with two $5 super chats. I like a John Cena heel turn when he comes back for Mania. Build up on Raw. Have his character like Homelander, the boys. Cena fans are majority adults. Kids are watching much more content, mature, and things like Rick and Morty. WWE should stop with the baby content. It's outdated. Cena heel turn. I don't think Cena's turning heel anymore, dude. I think that boat has fucking long sailed. And I agree with you absolutely. WWE should be taking a much more adult-like approach to their shows. Not this Nikki fucking Cross garbage. And Lily. He then comes back with a $9.99 super chat to Swayze. Cena is a nostalgic act. He's not that popular to kids that were born in 2013. YouTubers are what kids are watching. Cena demo is not what it was in 2011. WWE has to take risks. AEW is catching up. Bro, nobody should be talking about AEW catching anybody. It's not about that. I want AEW to do their own thing and grow and actually aid in WWE getting better. Number one. Number two, I got to stress it again. Cena's not turning heel. We've already seen that. That boat pass, the opportunity was there. It's gone. They didn't do it. They were afraid. Vince was afraid. Cena had music and fucking ring gear made. It never happened. If I'm booking Cena at WrestleMania, I'm booking him against Edge at WrestleMania. That's what I'm doing. If Edge is back in the WWE, Cena's got to be one of his matches because, in my eyes, as far as Edge's solo career, his singles career, one of his greatest opponents, one of his greatest rivals ever is Edge, and vice versa. When you talk about rivals for John Cena, I think it goes CM Punk and then Edge, honestly. Jericho, 8131 with a $5 super chat. Remember the reports last year about Vince loving Keith Lee? They must have meant he loved the idea of turning him into the biggest failure possible. Yeah, I don't think anybody at that time during that report when that was leaked, Jericho, believed it. Vince looks to bury everybody in NXT, man. Everybody. Ricardo Linnell with a $5 super chat. JD, you make this show almost watchable. Have a pint on me. Thank you, Ricardo. Will Zuzu with a $14.99 super chat and says nothing. Thank you, Will. Remember to tip your bartender, Will. They're working hard inside the venue, always. Don't tip Jesse, though. I heard he's an asshole. Terrible customer service from Jesse. Terrible. Justin Striplin with a $4.99 super chat. Just a thought, but Akira Tozawa, Humberto Carrillo, Drew Gulak should all go back to NXT and join the Cruiserweight division. Also, Raw is garbage. You got a thumbs up from me on that one, brother. That's exactly what I would do. Captain Solo with a $5 super chat. Vince and Bruce are writing these shows for blithering idiots, not wrestling fans. Thank God for AEW. Justin Striplin with a $4.99 super chat. Just saw that next week's episode of Raw will be taking place in Chicago. Get ready to hear CM Punk chants from Chicago's crowd next Monday. And get ready for Bruce Pritchard, Vince, and Kevin Dunn to have that fucking mute button ready. You think the Thunderdome went away? WWE's got full access to everything that they did in the Thunderdome with live fans in attendance, even still. They're about to be muted, bro. Hologram with a $5 super chat. CM Punk, CM Punk, CM Punk. Chance coming back. Fuck Mondays. We'll see next week, man. King Mo with a 99-cent super chat. Thank you, King Mo. Go put it in the tip jar, bro. I don't need it. Kal-El with a $5 super chat. F-Raw, your music tonight was really good. Can I get the names of them? I'll see you and Jesse on Wednesday. Love you guys. Good night. Mustang rules. Kal-El, that was Brawl by Pilot. And Follow the Light by McRocklin. We also got Death Sentence by Carl Casey. Captain Solo with a $5 super chat. With all these careers Vince is burying, Undertaker might have to come out of retirement. They're running out of graveyard space. Vince is digging holes and taking souls. Leslie V with a $4.99 super chat. Is it a bad thing to like the AWGM game more than Raw TV programming? Salute from Brooklyn. Leslie, no, I'm actually playing it myself, bro. I just started playing it a couple of days ago. Learning the ropes, I am. Furious Nation with a $5 super chat. What's up, JD? Raw was awful tonight as always. 0-2 so far. Morrison's Starship Pain is terrible. He seriously needs to change his finisher. Good luck on that, Furious. Ain't happening anytime soon. I didn't even think it was that bad tonight. I thought he actually hit a decent one on Matt Riddle tonight. Dayron Sanders with a $2 super chat. I will be attending AW Dynamite, my first event. Thank you, Dayron, for explaining that it was Dynamite. Have a great time, man. It's going to be loud on Wednesday night. Should be a loaded show, too, man. I can't wait. Ahmed Youssef with a $4.99 super chat. Monday night depression really hits us hard, man. It absolutely does, bro. Absolutely does. Dom Toretto with a $15 super chat. Jay, you're the man. Love and appreciate the work. Look forward to the show. Ever been to Lone Star in Brooklyn? No. Never even heard of it, bro. Now I gotta look it up. Lone Star. Lone Star Bar and Grill. On 5th Avenue in Brooklyn. I'd never been there, bro. Never been there, man. It is a 25-minute car ride from where I am. Why should I go, Dom? Do they got a good beer menu that is very JD-esque? Furious Nation with a $5 super chat. Man, I remember when Keith Lee wrestled Roman at 2019 Survivor Series. Good times. Wish they could wrestle again. Plus, Raw is in Chicago next week. I heard Jesse's going to be at Monday Night Raw in Chicago. I heard it's his favorite show. He's got tickets. He's bringing the whole family. EJ Garcia with a $5 super chat. Wednesday couldn't come any quicker. Anthony Lucero becomes a new member. Anthony, what are you drinking, bro? Thank you, man. Francis Loop with a $5 super chat. Charlotte lost the SmackDown Women's title to Bayley in a cash-in in 2019 after only 30 seconds. That's the one I remember the most. I'm surprised you remember that one, Francis. Michael Reed with a $20 super chat. What's up, JD? Shout out to you, Jesse, and the OTS family. The quote you said that will resonate. WWE should have had superstars and matches of the decade. 6-year fan, Raw's a joke. We were watching a funeral. So much burials. I know, Michael. It's awful, bro. They put more into building the Miz up in a fucking wheelchair than they do to putting into a Keith Lee or a Kross or a Ricochet. Guys that could legitimately be the future of the company. It's awful, man. It's a sad state of affairs. The Cog 97 with a $5 super chat. Look into my eyes. What do you see? Vince McMahon burying me. He knows my anger. He crushed my dreams. He thinks that 1 + 1 is 3. This is the cult of insanity. It's a beautiful poem you got there, Cog. It's a beautiful poem. Jack and Jill went up a hill, both with $1.25. Jill came down with $2.50. Oh! Tree blind mice. Where the fuck are they going? Oh! Zach JD with a $4.99 super chat. I just have to see what you're saying on Twitter. That tells me everything I need to know about the show. That is literally how much I watch Raw. 10 May with a $7.99 super chat. Lee Johnson is getting a TNT title match. Really? Jesse! Lee Johnson is getting a TNT title match! Oh, man. Oh, after all the hate that Jesse has given Lee Johnson, man, he's getting rewarded with a TNT title match. Unbelievable. Hollywood guy with a $5 super chat. Who do you think will be Daniel Bryan's first opponent, and how would you book CM Punk? I'm booking CM Punk to come out at the end of the Page Omega match in Chicago. Little Miss Muffet, she sat on her tuffet, her clothes all tattered and torn. It wasn't the spider that crept up beside her, but little boy Blue and his horn. Oh! Oh, man. Old Mother Hubbard went to the cupboard to fetch her poor dog a bone. When she bent over, Rover took over and gave her a bone of his own. Oh! Little boy Blue. He needed the money. Oh, man. Israel with a $5 super chat. I got my Summerslam t-shirt today. It looks great. JD, keep telling us the truth. You are the best at it. Thank you, Israel. Enjoy the shirt, brother. Hologram with a $5 super chat. Fire review as always, JD. And since he trended #1 because he's an immortal god, Latino heat, viva la raza. I told Salrex this last night, man. Eddie Guerrero, he was never, listen. Eddie Guerrero was never, in my honest opinion, never a #1 guy. But that does not make him not an A+ player. I think Eddie Guerrero's influence is something that's going to be felt in this industry long after we are all gone. Honestly. So whoever said he's a B+ player, he can kindly fuck off. And don't give these people the attention that they seek, man. Goodbye. Get off Twitter. James Ellsworth with a $5 super chat. Rank these wrestling shows: New Japan, NWA, AEW, Impact, Raw, NXT, SmackDown. AEW, SmackDown, NXT, New Japan, Impact, and NWA. Kal-El with a $5 super chat. I'd rather they come out with Daredevil 2 starring Ben Affleck than another night of Raw. And I agree with you. I want WWE to be better because of this. Yeah, that's what I hope too, bro. When Tony Khan unleashes Punk and Bryan, I hope it lights a fire under Vince McMahon's ass that we haven't seen in fucking decades. I doubt it happens, but we'll see. Zach JD with a $4.99 super chat. WWE's like the abusive partner that refuses to accept their flaws. Everyone leaves and they choose to be mad rather than fix the common denominator. It's exactly the way it is. WWE just likes being abusive. They like being abusive to their fan base. JD23 with a $5 super chat. Your review of Hell in a Cell 2019 is one of my favorites. Still don't understand why they just didn't give the title to The Fiend that night. Because WWE loves to fucking kill careers. Cal L with a $5 super chat. Is there a music accessible? I've not watched Raw in years. Mustang, AEW, Guinness, and OTS rules. Good night, bro. Bro, I got a Spotify playlist. If you just look up JD from New York, I got a bunch of fucking songs just mashed into a random playlist. Kenley Pierre with a $1.99 super chat. Guerrero is a better wrestler than CM Punk. I agree. CM Punk's value is in his microphone skills, man. I love that we still got 2,000 people in here, man, and we're just reading super chats and fucking reciting Andrew Dice Clay nursery rhymes. It's great. Anyway. I'm getting out of here, guys. I appreciate you very much. And I had a blast. I had a blast, bro. As always. Not watching Raw, just hanging out with you guys, honestly. I will be back tomorrow with NXT, man. NXT tomorrow. We got 2 shows taped last week. Those are the shows that are going to be airing the next 2 weeks. They'll be on Sci-Fi tomorrow. If you guys are not aware of that, they'll be on Sci-Fi Network tomorrow. And I'll be here live covering it. Should be good. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up, man. We're over 1,200 likes. Thank you guys very much. Follow me on social media, on Twitter and Instagram, at JD from NY206. Go and check out Dr. Squatch, man. Seriously, go get yourself some Dr. Squatch. If you're one of the boys in the chat, go and get it, man. You're going to love it. If you're one of the ladies in the chat, you got a husband, a boyfriend, go and get it for them. DrSquatch.com. Use code SCRIPT at checkout for 20% off. Make sure you guys go watch all the other videos or check them out. If you have not done so from the previous week, tons of great shit. That's on the homepage right now. Hit that subscribe button. Most importantly, man, hit that subscribe button down below and turn on the bell for all notifications. Become a part of this great establishment here on Off the Script. And Patreon.com, man. Patreon.com/JD from NY206 if you guys want to support. We got some great exclusive merchandise only available on the Patreon. Dugout mugs, t-shirts, you name it. Go check it out. But I'm getting out of here, guys. I will see you tomorrow, probably on the second channel. If you guys want to subscribe to that, link is also down below. I'll be playing some Call of Duty. More than likely drinking a few cold beverages. But I got my cold beverage now, man. I'm getting in the Mustang. I need 2 things from you guys right now, man. Number 1, give me those guitar emojis in the chat. Number 2, that guitar solo. As soon as you hear that guitar solo from Pilot coming on, man, I want that music on max. I'll see you guys tomorrow for NXT right here on Off the Script. I'll see you guys later.